Yeah, I went to the doctor Monday, I think it was, because it was actually excruciating in the morning. And when I... Did I hear something? Okay. Hello, hello. All right. Where were we? Yes, we had just drank this person's blood. Kind of unnecessarily. Our hunger was fine. I think we brought it down by all of 1 bar, maybe 2. But it was necessary for the gameplay because in version 5 especially, the way that you feed is important. And it makes, I don't know, it's part of your character building. So we specifically feed off of the Goths. Lovely. Drunk Jasper. It's very easy after I got COVID twice. I have no sub-only chat. What? I could do that at some point, a sub-only chat, I suppose. Maybe for one of the Oregon Trail game nights. Thank you again, Gani. A little loud, but not crazy. Okay. I turned it down. I hope that's a little better. But yeah, so we just finished drinking this guy's blood. He won't remember a thing. You leave him standing there, facing the wall. And we get on with our night. It won't always be that easy, you think, as you sit on a park bench, sluggishly moving your stolen blood around your body. How? Does that just mean like moving in general, or like feeling it move, or can we actually control it in our veins? Oh well. Gonna give subs to all my non-subs, because they're a good girl. That is true. I forgot about that. Technically, with all the subs you guys have gifted, I feel like everybody in my chat has one at this point. That made me shiver. New vampires can always have fun for the first few nights, but then other kindred learn about your tricks, or hunters notice statistical anomalies, or the herd itself instinctively reacts to an invisible predator in their midst. But tonight, you feel good. Oh, Looter, don't say you feel bad. You literally have been there since day one. A Lotus Esprit Turbo in powder blue rolls up to the curb. All right. That's a very specific car model. I have no idea what it looks like. I know who it belongs to. Maybe I don't. No, I'm thinking of a different car. Powder blue. I'm gonna include that. See what we can get. All right, this is a weird, kind of a funky car to pull up. But this is what we see. This is the Lotus Esprit. Light Rider. Blaring synthwave loud enough to scare the crows. The driver flings a parcel your way. When you pick it up, he peels out. Night Rider. Is that it? I feel like... Am I too close? This is cutting off the top of my head. Maybe I just need to sink down more. Oh, that's terrible. I didn't realize it would cut off the top of my head like that. This is gonna bug the shit out of me. If I did the rest of it like this, yeah. You pick it up, he peels out. Ugh. Has the top of my head been cut off for all of these? Has my camera somehow gotten pointed lower? Well, maybe a little bit, actually. That looks better. Interesting. My hair blends so it's not noticeable. Okay, that's fair. Gigi pushed it down. I bet he would have. The parcel contains a card for a pawn shop. Written on the back, cars. Lovely. There's also an extended stay ticket for a parking garage with a 4-digit key code written on the back. So it looks like you have a place to park. And chillax. Okay, I will. Even after midnight, it feels dangerous to run across the wide, palm tree-lined boulevard that leads to your destination. You need a car. You're itching like earlier when you needed blood. Only now, the need is to move fast. To stop fighting the shape of this city and start flowing through it the way it wants you to. By the end of tonight, you will either need to buy a car or learn how to turn into a bat, because Tucson is no place for pedestrians. I've never actually been to Tucson. I've been to Phoenix very briefly. Covenant Pawn Shop, yes, the name of the place we're going, is wedged between an auto repair shop and a nail salon, across from a Title Max. Signs read, "Cash for guns, we buy gold," and closed. You step into the sad, dusty, spiritual void of the pawn shop. You pass PS4 games, bedazzled purses, a glass full of rings, regalio perfecto. Don't understand why. Okay. And enough rifles to conquer Belgium. The first thing you do is stock up on a few necessities of your trade. A few duffel bags and rucksacks, a mini crowbar, a small folding knife, a folding shovel, a hacksaw, some lockpicks, matches, cords, electrician's tape, a flashlight, a blood and tissue kit, spare USBs, and a portable toolkit. You stop at the knives, because you recognize the silver knife in one display case. Jasper Knowles was hiding. Jasper Knowles was holding it before he was killed. Or maybe it's just a knockoff of some movie prop or something. You can't be sure, but that's weird. I think it's because Belgium is probably a smaller country. I don't know how many guns they'd have there. And who is this? Behind the display case with the knives is a pretty young woman with choppy blonde hair and Victorian replica railway glasses. She's peered over those sunglasses to watch you like a hawk since you pushed past the close sign and walked in. You know that reaction. She recognizes a predator, but doesn't know exactly what kind. So this place is only tangentially connected to the Tucson Camarilla. It and she are independent, and keep it that way because they're useful. When you get closer, the young woman leans close, studying your antiquated suit. Her bare arms are covered in H.R. Geiger tattoos, sinuous biomechanical figures in shades of black, gray, and green. Finally, she says, "Miguel sent you." It's not a question, and it's not quite a statement. And you have no idea who Miguel is. Maybe it's one of Dove's servitors. You did ask the prince's second-in-command, Dove, about getting something to drive. Whatever. You nod. Can we keep her? Call me Elena. Let's get you set up. She throws a red leather jacket on over her tattoos. She makes sure you can see the Glock on her shoulder holster. The cars are waiting out back. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, this is one of the romanceable characters, but it was not the option I went with last time. Or no, maybe it's not. I don't think it's one of the romanceable characters. I think it's one of, like, the The equivalent of a, I don't know, adventurer gang, companion. I don't want to say companion because that makes it sound like they are your romance character. We're picking Leto. Because I think we can only pick one. But I think she can work for us. If we do things right. I didn't get her to work for me last time. I didn't realize it was an option. A rusted chain link fence divides Covenant Pawn Shop's parking lot from a row of rusted Quonset huts. Quonset. These are something you've probably seen. I've never heard this term for them before. To be fair, I don't think I even knew what they were called before. How do you say it? Let's see, just in case I said that wrong.
Quonset.
Quonset. Quonset huts. I'm trying to find a good image. Here we go. Alright, this is a Quonset hut. What am I doing? Alright, there we go. We drove the Knight Rider and you didn't hype it up more. We did not drive the Knight Rider. No. Somebody else drove up to us and threw a package out towards us and then drove away. We didn't get in that car. It's not ours. We're going to have 3 options, and they're all going to be very crappy. The huts and the slightly taller buildings on either side serve to hide a full parking lot of parked cars that probably shouldn't be here. Oh, those things. Yeah, I feel like most people have seen them. I've never heard Quonset before. Miguel says you need wheels, Elena says. She steps into the shadows and starts messing around on her phone, but she keeps her eyes on you above the railway glasses. Hey, thank you, Carrie. These cars are shit. Miguel either hates your guts or doesn't care if your mission for Prince Leto succeeds or fails. You instantly dismiss the van's economy cars and anything else covered in rust or that would require more cash to repair than it would to buy. That leaves you with 4 mediocre specimens. All right, it's 4. I thought it was 3. A Mitsubishi 3000 GT with too many aftermarket mods. A little Honda S2000 with electrical problems. And an ancient but still rolling BMW 3 Series. And an ugly but functional Nissan Frontier. I think those are 3 sports cars and a truck. I know because I picked the truck last time, which is the Nissan Frontier. Tonight only, Elena says. Anything with 4 wheels is 20% off. Miguel must like you, or hate me. Stuff inside is full price. She props the back door open. Hey, Shiru. What is wrong with economy cars, though? I think me. But he, the character, specifically wants something that goes fast, maybe? Not sure. I did like the truck. I don't know if I'm going to pick it again just because you can do a lot of repairs on stuff, but there's only so fast that a truck can go. Although it is the best handling for the desert, which we're in. So I guess it's a bit of a trade-off between durability and ruggedized? Ruggedness? Yeah, whatever. And just speed. So we can choose, let's see first. Oh, it says right there, we have 900 bucks. I could do, yeah, carpool. Let me show you what each of these looks like first so that you know what we're getting into. And then they each have, no, you know what, I'll read the description first and then I'll say what they are. So we're going to start with a car because we only have $900 and we don't need a sword right now. We don't need a gun right now. We don't need a real computer. And we have a good suit. We don't need a real suit. So we'll start with the Mitsubishi 3000 GT. This was a blistering fast car for its price point, back in its day. But its day has passed. Hey, Yessie. You bring donuts. I would love some donuts. Still, the Mitsubishi is a big, muscular GTO with excellent acceleration. Thank you, Anonymous. And handling that is at least adequate. And it's blood red, inside and out. The problems start when you check under the hood. You can't tell if that circular thing is supposed to be a turbo or some kind of prototype Roomba from the Clinton administration. But it's all fucked up, whatever it is. The electrical is an over-engineered nightmare, too. When you take the car out for a spin with Elena riding shotgun, Limp Bizkit's brake stuff almost blows your eardrums out. You can't figure out how to stop the CD from playing, so Elena just pops the whole CD player out with a screwdriver. The acceleration is good, but the turbo is wheezy and unpredictable, and the whole car feels like it could fly apart at a hard turn. $400, Elena says, when you get back, shoving the CD player back into its place. I'll throw in the Korn CDs on the sun visor for free. One of them is live at Woodstock, 99. So, you can afford it. Not Limp Bizkit. Speed, 2. Maneuverability, 1. Durability, 1. Alright. I do not, but I'll leave this one up to you guys. We can modify it later. I don't think it's possible to fail the first few missions, so... And I do like the blood red. That is pretty cool. Let's check out this Honda S2000 next. I do like that it comes with Korn CDs for free, too. First, it's a convertible. There's nothing like feeling the wind... Wait, does this guy like convertibles? There's nothing like feeling the wind in your hair and drying the blood in your teeth. Second, the little Honda is quick for an old car. Not just fast in a straight line like the Mitsubishi, but more maneuverable. Third, it's a bit like your old CRX, just smaller and sportier. Fourth, it's black, inside and out. Also nice. The cons. Its electrical system is trashed beyond all recognition. Even Elena has to disclose the number of accidents it's been in. Yikes. You're worried that a ghoul with a golf club and some vitae could smash this car into pieces. You're worried it might just burst into flames driving down the interstate. You take it around the parking lot, and then around the block a few times with Elena riding shotgun. You make a few stupidly fast turns, and the little convertible does great. Then you spend a few minutes parked, messing with the switches. You got a couple banger albums to go with it. Korn what? There are a lot of flickers and sputters, but no showers of sparks. That's good, right? $480, Elena says. I do not offer a warranty. So, you can afford it. Compared to the Mitsubishi, it has the same speed, but just one tick up on maneuverability. And all of these stats, I think every stat in this game is on a scale of 1 to 5, except for your primary stats, which are 1 to 3. Don't know why. Alright, we checked out those two. I kicked the tires on the BMW 3 Series, and hopefully do more than just kick the tires. It is a BMW, though. With this car, you can party like it's 1985, because you're pretty sure it was built in 1985. The exterior is gunmetal gray, and the inside leather is dry and cracked, like it's suffering from some old kind of foot disease. It smells like tobacco, the AC doesn't work, and the back seats are torn and patched with duct tape. but the bones of the car are excellent. The engine is clean, and it's as fast as the other two sport cars, almost as maneuverable as a modern vehicle, and more importantly, it's tough as nails. This thing survived Reaganomics and Glassnot. I don't think I know what that is. I get the Reagan joke, but oh well. It can survive whatever you crash it into. What is Glassnot? Glass snot? Snot? Nost. Glass nost. Glasnost. Oh, I'm probably not saying that right. It's Russian.
Glasnost.
Glasnost, yes. Glasnost, in the former Soviet Union, the policy or practice of more consultative government and okay, it's just the government at the time. Kind of a. It could have just said the Cold War and literally covered both of those words with one word that is almost universally known. We do love a good boning. I guess why not? Last night. Maybe that is what it means. That was me. You're welcome. You take it around the parking lot, then drive a few blocks with it on a riding shotgun. It's old and a bit rattly, but it accelerates hard, turns well, and feels solid. Like driving a refrigerator with a really good engine. That's a very funny analogy. All this can be yours for a meager $560, Elena says. That's such a good deal, you check the whole car again. But it looks good. The most expensive thing on the lot in your price range, but maybe it's worth it. It's the same as the other two, but it has 2 in durability and 2 in maneuverability. I am not the only mod, but I'm probably the only mod here right now. Let's check out the truck, the Nissan Frontier. It's not a big Ford F-150. The pickup is the newest vehicle on the lot in your price range, though that isn't saying much. It's ugly on the outside, rust-stained and salt-streaked. Did someone drive this thing down from Manitoba? It's not particularly fast, and even though it's fairly new, you know it's going to turn like a 53 Mercury. But all that post-2000 passenger safety know-how counts for something. Pound for pound, the Frontier is as tough as the little BMW, and the Frontier has a lot more pounds. If you find yourself rolling into a gunfight across broken rocks or back in time to fight Vlad the Impaler's heavy infantry, this is the vehicle for you. And it's black. You take the Nissan around the parking lot, and then around the block a few times with Elena riding shotgun. There's plenty of room in here. If you ever needed to transport something bigger than a manila envelope, like a cursed sarcophagus, this Nissan is perfect. Still, the driving experience is viscerally unpleasant. It's floaty and slow. The visibility isn't great. The visibility isn't as great as you were expecting. And you think something is wrong with the electrical because it feels like the power steering isn't working right. Sorry, I misread that, but same thing. It doesn't feel like the power steering is working right. You're going to hate driving this thing, but it drives. $280, Elena says. The cheapest one, the slowest, and with as little durability as the Mitsubishi, but 3 out of 5 durability. This is what I got the first time I was playing because it reminded me of the first car I ever drove, which was a 1994 Plymouth Voyager. I called it the shit van. All of my friends called it the shit van. But I was the only friend with a van. It drove like a boat. And so whenever it snowed, I was the one that drove us all to school because everybody else had a little equally old, equally sad sedan. And so since mine had about 1,000 pounds on theirs, we'd all pile in and I'd drive together. It does have a certain look about it. Yeah, so now let's check out, for those of you that haven't Googled these cars yet, let's check out what they look like. I can just copy and paste, I forget about that. I don't know what they did with this game, but I can just do this. Makes it very nice. Mitsubishi, blood red. It's actually not that bad. It's just an old sports car. All right, so here's the first one, the Mitsubishi GT, or 3000 GT. Probably a similar color, except that same color on the inside. That's the man van. The Honda S2000. I think... What color was the Honda? I think it was black. Yeah. All right. Oh, that's actually not that bad either. Maybe I wouldn't mind it so much. I don't like convertibles, though. So that's the Honda. There's a person in there. Lovely. Hydrate. I will. Give me a second. BMW. Oops. BMW 3 Series. Gunmetal. All right. The BMW still makes their 3 Series, so it's showing me 2020 model, which looks fancy as fuck. Let's try something like 19. It's not going to auto-populate. Not 98. It's probably going to be an older one. Because they did say the Nissan was the newest. And they implied this was pre-2000, so that's a 98 of the BMW 3 Series. Hondas are good on gas. Yeah, they are. Usually pretty reliable, too. And lastly, we'll check out this Nissan Frontier. Yeah, that was the BMW, yes. Nissan Frontier, 2004, why not? They don't actually show it in black. That's a small fucking picture. Oh wow. I guess it'll have to do. Okay, this is the truck, but you're just gonna have to use your imagination and picture it as being black instead of gray. So I guess it is a 4-door cabin, even for like an older truck. That's impressive. I thought 4-door cabin trucks were kind of a newer thing. So it's poll time. Wait, where's the poll button? Manage poll. There we go. It wasn't saying the title. New poll. What car? So we got the Mitsu. I got the Honda, the BMW, and lastly, the Nissan. 1 minute starting now. Let's see. First vote goes to the Honda. Six votes for the Honda. Oh man, somebody's using bits though. That's 13 votes for the Nissan. Looks like the truck is gonna win. 15 votes. Honda's in second place with half of that. Probably about 20 seconds left. Oh snap, more bits! The Honda's creeping up. Oh, there it goes again. Nissan at 34. Oh, Honda 35. Oh, Nissan 40. Nissan 53. Somebody really wants that Nissan to win. 54. 39. There it goes. Truck time it is. Gonna get fucked in the truck. Hopefully not. I mean, like, hopefully, literally. Hopefully, not get screwed over. Alright, the cheapest car on the lot. We'll take the big, old, dumpy truck. Should we try this? Should we talk to Elena first? I think we can come back for the truck. We can't leave here without a car. And if we can get it at a cheaper price, we do only have 900 bucks. Instead of promise, we're gonna get fucked in the truck. No, I don't think you can. Not sure, though. Hello, Lady Bloodheart. Let's try talking to Elena first. Why not? Because I'm broke. So is that what are they called? A Klingon knife? I'm not going to pronounce that word because it's from Star Trek and there's no way I'm ever going to guess that right. Hey, thank you. A blank? No, Elena says. Her pronunciation is flawless. Mine wouldn't be. I'm not going to try it. And you can't afford it. It's solid silver. For killing werewolves, I guess. Her tone says she doesn't believe in werewolves. Christ, are there werewolves in Tucson? Maybe you should buy it. And I'm not selling it anyway, because I think the guy who sold it to me might actually come back, she says. She unlocks the case and hands you the crooked silver blade. This has to be the one that Tremere was holding in the video. Lena goes back to messing around on her phone. I think it's time to check our stats to remember what we're good with. Oh, look at that. We're just a master of social interaction already. Batmobile rip. You hate trucks with a fiery... We're decent at... Oh, we're just really good at persuading. And a really good leader. We could lie, but persuading is just better. Is there one? Oh, charisma plus leadership. That could work out too. Let's go through these options. What's going on here? Gas prices rip, yeah. Is this a Stitch? It kind of is a Stitch. It's supposed to be a little goblin, but Stitch is basically a goblin. I'm not paying this much for junk, and I'm not scared of Alina's Glock. Elena. Why do I keep calling her Elena? I think maybe it could go both ways, but I started with Elena, so we're going to keep with Elena. With Elena's Glock. I am a little scared of her Glock. I lean on her to get prices down. Thought it was a bunny because it's so small. It is very tiny. But yeah, it's supposed to be the artist's interpretation of Jax. Because I love seeing all different ways that people will draw him. Yeah, I am a little scared of her Glock. We're not going to do that. Maybe there are cheaper prices nearby. No, we're not leaving. Wits plus streetwise, I don't think we're good at either of those. I'm well educated. Are we? Are we, though? I don't think we are. No, we're kind of dumb. Young, dumb, and full of cum, as one of my friends says. I need an ally in this city. I like where that's going. I tell Elena that I might be down on my luck now, but I plan to move up fast. My charm and leadership skills can bring her around. Who said that? Like, one of my friends. It was one of the ones... No, it's not one of the ones in the Discord. It's one that I played a lot of D&D with. In the Extempore campaign, they played the Tiefling. That's how they would always describe their character. I need allies, and I like pretty girls with cool tattoos. I flirt with Elena and try to get a feel out some kind of... Oh, and try to feel out some kind of alliance. Those two options, we have equal stats for. So no matter which one we choose, yes, flirt with her. We can try. I invoke my supernatural allure and flirt with Elena as part of a long-term plan to make her a useful ally. Using our vampiric power of presence. A lot of smoke right there. Tattooed woman, woo! I shake down Elena for clues, lying to imply I already know more about her than that I know more than her about the silver knife. That could work just as well. I need to know more about the silver line. Oh, you know, I just fucked that sentence. I'm not even going to read it. Our stats aren't good there. I like pretty girls with cool tattoos. A true statement. Tell me about your tattoos. To refresh you guys, what did it call them? Was it H.P. Geiger? It's probably not what it was at all. H.R. Geiger. That was it. Her arms are covered in probably shit like this. I don't know if it's an artist or an art style. Probably an artist on tattoos and their art style. H.R. Geiger. Oh yes, a Swiss artist. Oh, that's bright. Hans Rudi Geiger, rest in peace, died 2014, was a Swiss artist best known for his airbrushed images that blended human physiques with machines, an art style known as biomechanical. Very, I don't know, Alien, from Alien vs. Predator, I think. Elena hesitates for a moment, then shrugs out of her red leather jacket, revealing the biomechanical sleeve tattoos. When my grandmother's first boyfriend died, she turned to opium and art. I couldn't figure out where to get opium, so when my brother died, I read a lot of art books. You place a finger on one bicep. That's not creepy at all. Yeah, just touching people's fucking tattoos without asking first. Where Geiger's birth machine slowly tessulates into a blur of abstract mechanical shapes. Hey, thank you, Wild Fae. That is a lot. God damn. Fuck now, flirt later. Hey, good night, Alexia. Thank you for stopping by. Why did I think opium copium? Just touching. Yeah. Where Geiger's birth machine slowly tessulates into a blur of abstract mechanical shapes, ringed by tentacles. She flinches, then leans back into your touch as you trace the design down behind the yoke of her tank top. Who's she? You ask, revealing the face stretched across Elena's back. That went from like 0 to 100. Why did you make it sound funnier? Just a face, Elena says. Some things are just what they look like. Are you like that? You hesitate, with your hand on her shoulder, and she slides her leather jacket back up and pops the collar. You're going to be in Tucson for a while? She asks. Yeah, you say. Give me your phone. You watch her carefully, fearing anything that might let someone track you. But she just enters her number. Don't contact me if you're in trouble, Elena says. Her eyes are hidden behind railway shades. But she's smiling, as if she's already imagining your next encounter. I guess you can get away with a lot of creepy stuff if you are as pretty as we are. We Game Boys! That went a lot better than I mean, I guess somehow in character creation we almost maxed out all of the social stats, and we did max out persuasion, so yeah. I didn't think she was romanceable, but it sounds like we can definitely get her to work for us. Ew, I hate railway shades. Woo! Fuck yeah! Concrete! That Vine. Oh. Oh, yes. Elliot Snake. Alright, but no, we're not... I think we can go back to shopping after that. Ah, and we're buying the Nissan. You guys already decided that. There's not a lot of bureaucracy here. You give her $280, and she gives you the keys and registration. You're once again a courier, and you only got $623 left. I need a gun. Do we? Do we need a gun? As one of the immortal undead, I obviously need a sword. I check out my options. Don't know about that either, Chief. I need a real computer. No. We'll see. We're just... Actually, we're inept with technology. Hey, thank you, Pastel Cloudy. Yeah, so getting any kind of computer would be useless. We've never fired a gun before. This is not the time. Oh, not this time, Anonymous. I see, you're fighting for who gets it first. Amusing. Combat is also 0. I don't know. We could get better clothes, but I kind of like the zombie gear we got going on, so let's just dip out for now. We only have $600. Who knows how much we're gonna need to spend later. Anonymous is trying for my crown. It's 2:16, according to your silver pocket watch, when you pull out of Covenant Pawn Shop in your new Nissan Frontier. And sunrise is at 6:29 a.m. It's still early, so you drive around for an hour, just to find the cheapest gas stations and the fastest ways out of town. Then, you accelerate smoothly onto East Broadway Boulevard, near a plasma center. Oh, imagine if I could fucking memorize how to navigate a city in 1 hour. No. I think it took me like 10 trips home before I finally turned off my GPS when I was done with work. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. Oh, and good night, Looter. When a shadow... Oh, whoops. No. Oh, yes, near Plasma Center, and head for the garage address you got earlier. Yes, okay. Oh, I feel like I have something in my teeth. When a shadow crosses the hood of your Nissan, you look up and catch a glimpse of a wing eclipsing a streetlight. Was that Prince Leto's eagle? When you find your spot in the underground parking garage, right in front of it, you find your spot in the underground parking garage. Right in front of it is a metal door with a keypad. You grab everything from your Nissan, lock it, and enter the code. Inside is an office with peeling linoleum floors, an ancient desk with a rusting mini fridge on it, and a sleeping bag. What phone do you recommend to get? What? Like in the game? A short tile corridor ends in a jury-rigged shower and drain. How do you jury-rig that? What would that look like? What is that implying? There's a clear plastic bag and some toiletries on the tile, and a bottle of that 409 that won't do anything against the smell of mildew. The ceiling light is so obnoxiously bright that you turn it off. Hang a tarp up in the hallway to partially illuminate your room with the bathroom light, and make a note to replace the bulb before you head out tomorrow. There's no Wi-Fi. Still, it's better than sleeping in a boiling hot clothing drop-off, and your phone actually gets good reception. Even better, there are escape routes into the sewers that you can use. You loosen the grates and make sure you still have a clear route into the sewers in case you're exposed. You're just getting settled when you hear your door lock beep. The metal door opens, and there is Julian Sim. This was my hubby last game. Hey, thank you again, Anonymous. Look at him. Look at him. A new personal low, Julian says. He's wearing a glitch t-shirt and a smile. He starts to enter, then looks down and says, "You have to invite me in." No, I fucking don't, Julian, because that's not how vampires work. Come in. Make yourself civil. Fuck. Come in. Make yourself comfortable. There's no reason to be uncivil. I'm not going to admit it, but it genuinely feels good to see Julian again. Consider yourself invited. Now, why are you here? I play it cool, but I smell an opportunity here. Julian was always brilliant. Fine. Enter freely and of your own will. Now, what do you want? I'm actually trying to do legitimate work, so if you could leave, I'd appreciate it. I have a chance of the Camarilla here, and Julian is nothing but trouble. I'll let you guys pick between options 1 and 6. The first or the last one. Because as good as that picture may look, I romanced this guy last time. And this time, as I've said, Leto is the goal. So, sorry, not sorry. But I can't decide between the first one or the last one, so I'll let you guys pick. With 1 minute starting now. Be uncivil. It is tempting. Tell him to just get the fuck out and leave. 1. You're a hard 1. Not quite telling him to leave, but not exactly being pleasant. Don't choose violence yet. Oh! Sleep well, Jack boy. I have no clue what's happening, so I'm going to pick the rude option. Go for it. Go for it. Why even be a vampire if you can't do that? I love that. What's winning? I didn't even open it up. Oh, the last one. We're going to be very rude to Julian. I'm sorry. He's a very interesting character. And if any of you guys have this game, it's definitely worth helping him out a little bit. But I have no idea. Oh, shit. Nope. In the last second possible. It was tied, but in the last second possible, somebody voted for the last one. All right. All right. Here we go. I'm sorry, Julian. It's going to hurt me to click this button. But I'm actually trying to do legitimate work, so if you could just leave, I'd appreciate it. Ooh. I'll leave once you're safe, the Banu Hakim says, stepping inside and glancing back at your Nissan. Then, he tosses you a tiny webcam. This was in your ceiling, by the way. Give me your phone. I'll take care of the tracking program there. He looks so young, you think, as he wanders in and out of your shitty crash pad, sweeping for bugs. For some reason, you expected him to age. You look at yourself in Nissan's side view mirror. You haven't aged either. Man, it's been a while, Julian says, leaning against your doorframe. I remember the nights we spent keeping that elder asleep with offerings of blood. The days curled up together in the desert. Wasn't it romantic? That never happened, Julian. You made up our relationship and tried to sell it as a novel until the old Prince of Tucson threatened to execute you. I'm not saying anything about what happened when we were fledglings. How have you been? I was a confused young fledgling and you were older. And I thought you were more mature. I won't make that mistake again. It was until it suddenly wasn't. I'm not willing to tell Julian that I miss him, but I don't miss him. Because that never happened. Vampire romance was a big thing at the time, Julian says with a shrug. And I changed our names. I still don't know why no one wanted to buy it. But I wasn't just writing vampire erotica for money. I had a plan. Which brings me to Clan Tremere. And the things they get up to in their research. I've been working with Jasper Knowles lately. Terrible what happened to Jasper, of course. It's also terrible what he did to that sewer rat. And that Outlander. And that... Anyway. What's worse is that lately I've been working with Jasper, not Cainite to Cainite, but man to man, as it were. You're starting the monologue, Julian. That's a dangerous habit. Why don't you just tell me what you want me to know? You've been busy. I want to know more. Julian is dangerous, but I love his grand visions of the future. And boy, are they grand. The more I got into Julian, the more I just genuinely liked him. As somebody who often has unrealistic visions of the future as well myself, I just cannot sit comfortably. Jesus. I love this. I loved him too. You should definitely, he's so good. At one point he shows up wearing a Berserk hoodie. At one point I think he even shows up wearing that Hentai Ehego, or whatever it is, hoodie. He's an interesting character. They all are. Thank you again, Anonymous. As I said, I have an honest job with the Camarilla. I obviously don't trust them, but I trust Julian less. I'm trying to make peace with what I am, not have fun with it. We'll go with that first one. Having a little bit of information doesn't hurt. Hard living has made you dull, Ransom, the Banu Hakim says. Fine. Since the Convention of Thorns, the Masquerade has protected us from mortal scrutiny. We hide what we are. We live in the shadows. But that can't last. He tosses the USB webcam up and down. Oops, sorry, he doesn't toss it to you. He's tossing it up and down. The Second Inquisition should have taught us that. One day, soon, mortals will learn the truth. That is inevitable. Sorry, this is inevitable. Hey, thank you again, Anonymous. Do you know why Jasper Knowles decided to end his experiments with that Nosferatu? Because someone filmed it when it got out. He called me to turn the video from a Masquerade breach into a trailer to a new student horror film. I had to fake some date stamps, but the Tremere paid me well. That's going to happen more and more, Ransom. And eventually it's going to be happening every night. All the time, always on, constant streaming. We must stop offering a hard wall against this inevitability and start creating a guided path for mortals. See, it's this kind of shit that got me interested, because I was like, well, what if vampires can live among us? That'd be pretty cool, right? I tried to really walk the line. I mentioned this like every time I've streamed this game, but I really tried to walk the line in between them until the end, and then I chose Julian. Ugh. Did I say it with a Morty voice? My throat was getting very dry. I had to. This is hot. Hey, thank you again, Anonymous. That is a lot if this is all the same person. Posture check, thanks. Yeah, it's hard enough to sit still as it is. You're talking about a whole new way that mortals will be forced to view the world. That's ambitious, Julian. And fascinating. Okay, you guys can still see the little glowy skull. I just don't want to cover it up with my head. Aren't all just vampires? Really? Interesting. I'm familiar with this kind of speculation. There's another option. A curtailed world of walled gardens and limited information. That's the route I believe the Kindred must take. Maybe you're right, but that's all years from now. This year, this night, all I want is to survive. Not turning mortals into pets of the Kindred so we can eck out each other for another 100 years of unlife. Maybe I myself would just be an absolute. See, the funny thing is his name is Julian Sim, so I always say Julian Simp because that's what I was last game. Ek? Yeah, isn't that is how that's pronounced, right? I don't know. Squeeze out. Ek. E-K-E.
Eek.
Eke. To eke out. Manage to support oneself or make a living with difficulty. Yeah. Kind of grind by. Eek. Change it to fuck. Eek. You are a Dampier VTuber. Really? Good word. It is a good word. This game has a lot of good words. Yeah. So maybe I myself am a Julian Simp. But Ransom is not. Ransom is a Camarilla slave. A woman said, "Eek, and I fear." And if we were as gods, Julian says, gesturing like a Roman rhetorician, that might be possible. But our elders have flocked to the Middle East to fight and die in their incomprehensible holy war. It's just us weaklings left, and we can't shape history. If Cainites ever really could. He is very simple. Tomorrow, now, tomorrow, now that you have this beautiful machine, Julian says, banging on the hood of your Nissan, Prince Leto will give you one of 3 USBs. Would you like to know what's on them? He doesn't let you answer. One warns Bruja Paternoster about renovations to his hospital that will expose his followers. One informs the Tremere in video call that our mentor Jasper Knowles is dead and that her funding is cut off because of her facility's contacts with mundane biomedical research firms. Threatens the Masquerade. We know all this, though, Leto told us. One tells the Ventrue Ellen Olive Krona that the Second Inquisition is coming for her little prison buffet down the border. Wherever you go, the people there will use you or destroy you to escape what's coming. And it's all happening because of Jasper's experiments. Oh yes, my experiments. I already know that. You only know it because you were listening on The Prince. I ought to tell Leto and cut a deal with the Camarilla. Hey, Crystal. Why are you telling me this? I absolutely don't trust Julian, but once he starts talking, it's not like there's any stopping him anyways. I don't give a damn about the usurpers and their society. This is the fault of the Camarilla, letting their favored clan run wild. Second Inquisition. You're sure they're active again? If they are, I need to watch myself, lest I be destroyed. No, that first one, right? Come on. Sweet katana. Hey, thank you. I'm here for the unique vocabulary words. Eek. The Camarilla is so sloppy. I could have learned what I know from 100 sources, Julian says. They're always sloppy, and that puts you and me in danger, especially you, Ransom. That's all. I won't even ask you to work against Prince Leto of the Camarilla. Just watch for the SI. But first, let me demonstrate how disposable you are to the Prince. Now think back to what I taught you. Where is the best place to begin, Ransom? The walls? Leto's thralls? His pet bird, Rigga? Another damn test. Julian used to love these. But though you sometimes appreciate the Camarilla and its traditions, Julian always had a knack for spotting spies. He watches you as you look around your garage. We don't have any of these stats. We're gonna fail no matter what we choose. Wits plus survival. Yeah, yeah, we have Dex, maybe. Dex plus clandestine. Do we have any clandestine? No, absolutely fucking none. Maybe we just tell him to fuck off. Maybe we do that. Why not? No matter what we choose, there's no way we're succeeding. We're not playing your games, Julian. But I'm being serious, Ransom, Julian says. You're going to be squeezed between Prince Leto and the Second Inquisition soon. I just thought I'd let you know. He takes out his phone, checks the time, frowns a little. You're going to need better security than this if you stay here, he says. What are you going to rig up? Cameras? Poison gas like you used at Fort Worth? Maybe, laser tripwires? Despite the late hour, it takes a while to get Julian off the subject of security. Finally, he drops his voice and says, You need to be ready for the SI ransom. Anyway, I've been thinking about Isla. There definitely is a bug from the Camarilla in this house. I found it last time because I had the stats for it. Didn't find it this time. Shut the fuck up! What if someone's listening? We could both be killed for what happened. I will seriously beat the shit out of Julian if he keeps talking. I regret what I did to that elder every night. And I'll never forgive Julian. And I've never forgiven Julian for leading me down that twisted path and away from the traditions of the kindred. Why bring up our crimes now? The black stains on my soul are what kept me from real power in the Camarilla. I don't regret destroying Isla and taking her power. Only how useless it turned out to be. Let's not speak of the things we've lost. I remember the incredible, perverse sense of power when I drank Isla's ancient blood, though I won't give Julian the pleasure of admitting it. I will cry if we beat Julian. There is true power in diablerie, although it's heresy to say so. You planning more of that sort of thing, Julian? If there's a bug here, you know what? I don't know. It's a tough one. Julian is a bitch, but so are we. I feel like the last one is very neutral, which is probably what I did last time. The children of Hakim consider diablerie a sacred covenant, Julian says. Of course, I'm a terrible disappointment to my clan, but I'm proposing another adventure, dangerous and profitable. Who knows where it may lead? You instinctively lick your lips, remembering the taste of that elder blood. You contemplate the stolen power that flows through your veins and wonder what more would taste like. It's almost sunrise, Julian says, checking his phone again. I'm late for prayer. He slips a business card out of his glitch hoodie and says, With my usurper contact dead, my old Denver company, 21X, is on hiatus. But I'm still thinking about the future, the 22nd century. Think about it, Ransom. It's a sort of blank spot in our imagination. I mean, human imagination, too. We talked about the 21st century as kids. We can still, in a way, imagine the far future. But what's coming? What's it going to be like in 80 or 100 years from now? Because I plan to be there, and I want your help. Give the Banu Hakim a beatdown. I should have. You're getting the impression that the Camarilla wants you. Maybe Prince Leto wants you as a pasty. In case the Second Inquisition... Huh? That doesn't make sense. Wants you as a pasty in case the Second Inquisition hits him like the fist of God. Patsy. A patsy. Yes, I misread that. It's not a pasty. A patsy. What is a patsy? Patsy. A person who is easily taken advantage of. Lovely. A lackey, I see. But he hasn't mistreated you yet. And you know that the kindred of the Camarilla do not serve two masters. throat is getting very dry. And it is getting a little late, so I'm not stopping now, but I will have to relatively soon. I do want a pasty. A pastry, yes. Saucy and educational. You can tell me the details tomorrow. Now, you should go before you burn. I'm not 100% in, but I'm interested and want to hear more. I lie, pretending to be interested while making it clear to anyone still listening, like Leto, that I'm not. Communication, or is that's probably composure. Ooh, but we have good composure, something I didn't have last time. Composure plus subterfuge plus lying. We could do that. I think we could pull that off pretty well. I'll call you. I commit the card to memory. Just like fucking that. Just like that. What? With our fucking one tick of intelligence. We just remember this phone. First time we've seen it. God damn. I wish I was that good. But not committing one way or the other. What scheme of yours has turned out well, Julian? Please, go. Fuck your hard sell, Julian. I'm not saying no, but I get right up in his face and make it clear I won't be yanked around. Not again, never again. Charisma plus intimidation, that would also go well, but Leto is listening. I also have 1 intelligence. Oh no. Maybe it would be better to discuss plans in my haven. I can't believe I'm inviting Julian to spend the day. No, but we're not. So I lie. And pretend to be interested while making it clear to anyone still listening that I'm not. If Prince Leto is actually hearing this conversation, you are probably already dead. But there are other, stranger ways of knowing possessed by the kindred, and some of them allow for ambiguity. You hint to Julian that you're interested, and he jumps on your hesitant enthusiasm. With your help, he quickly grows convinced that you'd be... let me try that whole sentence again. God damn it. With your help, he quickly grows convinced that you'd be thrilled to help him in whatever mad scheme he's concocted this time. Maybe you are willing to help him. You haven't decided yet. What matters is that you don't actually have to make any kind of formal commitment. You just let Julian believe you have. I still haven't decided on the details, Julian says, but I'll be in touch. Figure out where you're going first, and I'll try to help. He hands you a card with information about how to reach him, the motel where he's staying, and the location of a drop box. There's a little glyph like a knife doodled on the card. A Karambit, he says. I'm not exactly a regular member of Clan Banu Hakim, so that's what I'm using instead of the old 2100 logo to mark my holdings. No name yet. Just look for the mark. Look for it, Ransom. Then, he opens the door to your little office room, scans the shadows, and disappears down the garage, in no evident hurry, despite the proximity of sunrise. The metal door swings shut. Swings shut. Maybe I am just losing my tongue tonight. I did get like 4 fucking hours of sleep. You let the shock of Julian Simp's return fade. Then check your silver pocket watch as you take it off. It's 6:20 a.m. Swing. You secure the door, drop the deadbolt, and strip out of your antiquated suit. You don't even have time for a shower, so you just unroll the sleeping bag and make sure your phone is charging. You dream of flying high over the Alps at night. The roar of a single-seater engine in your ears, a scarf silk wrapped around your throat to keep off the cold, though you are already colder than anything else in these skies. Your dreams shift to a huge moon over a city you know so well that no name comes to mind. All turquoise domes and tall towers, black against the midnight sky. And then the same city, except it's only a village. Low mud huts, donkeys, children laughing. It's morning, and the sun feels hot against your back and your bare limbs. Not dreams. Memories. And one last memory, one that you know isn't yours. You remember forcing your eyes open after years of darkness and looking up at two eager fledglings. One from your own clan. One follower of Set. You remember watching, frozen, as the Setite's fangs slide out. You open your eyes for real and check your phone. It's 5:49 p.m. Sunset. Isla is asleep again. Your fangs are protruding. You shake your head until they go away, though you keep remembering the coating of dust on the elder's throat as you sink your teeth into her. Somebody else going to bed? Oh, good night, Polka Dot. Sleep well. You shower, scraping the last of the filth from under your fingernails. Then, you decide where you're going. You don't want to keep Prince Leto waiting as you make a decision. Your first stop will be... Interesting. So obviously we only have 3 choices. We only have 3 packages. But bedchambers, not quite yet. I can stay up a little longer. But it gives us 9 choices, meaning that it's the same 3 repeated 3 times. So we have a different reason to go to each of these locations. So I'm going to jump through them and kind of go with each location. It does that, never mind. It does that for me. What I was planning to do, it already did. So I'll just read. Patermuster at St. Basil's Hospital in Phoenix. I can kick those bottom feeder vamps around and make the place my own. Why not the bedchambers? Like vampire would. With a dream like that, I imagine it is. No, I'm out of water. Ugh. You said the water in London. This is the water, I see. Patermuster at St. Basil's. They've been lax, and the Camarilla needs them better behaved before the SI notices. Yes, before the SI notices something. I've been on autopilot for years. St. Basil's sounds like a job where I can shake off my lethargy, see what's going on, and even make some new contacts. Well, one of these is the obvious option if we do go to St. Basil's first. Ellen Olive Krona at the migrant camp outside Sierra Blanca, Texas. Sounds like an interesting place, sort of Casablanca for vampires. I like the idea of easy living. Ellen Olive Krona at the migrant camp. It sounds like a horror show. The sort of thing I might be able to stop, even if she's technically a Camarilla asset. I bet there's a ton of money to be made at Camp Scheffler, if I can get into the blood trade there. I go there first. That's the migrant camp, Camp Scheffler. Lethargic. Is it not? Because it's lethargic, right? Lethargy? Is that not how I said it?
Lethargy.
Lethargy. Interesting. Lethargic. Lethargy. Damn. Rest in peace. Oh well. I've been on autopilot for years too, I get it. Oof. Education stream. Lastly, NVIDIA call at a research facility on a ranch in Kiowa National Grassland, New Mexico. I bet she's conducting interesting research. We're not going to go to Kiowa Xenogenetics first. So I'm just taking that out. It's either the migrant camp or Patermuster. Because if we do there, we are going to lose our chance at getting the pawn shop woman, Elena. There's Ellen and Elena. Lovely. We're going to lose our chance at getting Elena as somebody to work for us, because you can only have one person, and if you go to the research facility, it automatically gives you one, if you don't have one yet. My voice makes it right. Oh, good night, Pastel Cloudy. Thank you for stopping by. But I don't really have a preference between the hospital or the migrant camp, so I'll let you guys decide that. Where to? Hospital in Phoenix or the migrant camp in Texas? Yes, it is Texas. I thought I made that up. All right. We'll start the poll. I am really losing my voice. Texas close to me. Money, 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 money. We're not going to go there for money if we're going there. We're going to go there for the Camarilla. Hospital means easy blood bags with consent. Now you're thinking like a vampire. Hydrate, yeah, but I'd have to go... my water bottle's empty. I'd have to go fill it up again. Scammed! We are going to the bed chambers after this. Looks like the hospital's winning. Not a lot of votes, though. Maybe I'll vote just to tie it up, make somebody else vote. Oh no, it's tied now. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh! I get that the poll's going on and my voice is delayed, so you're probably going to hear that after the poll's already done. It's still tied. Somebody else also voted for both. You can't see the poll. It should be popping up in the chat. I guess I'll flip a coin. Doesn't matter to me where we go. Heads will be the hospital. Tails will be the migrant camp. Coin flip. What is it going to be? Tails! Off to Texas we go. Go fill up. No, no. I'm going to stop soon anyways. Ellen Olive Crone at the migrant camp outside Sierra Blanca, Texas. It sounds like an easy place, sort of Casablanca for vampires. I like the idea of easy living. Ellen Olive Crone at the migrant camp sounds like a horror show. No, we don't want to stop it because she is a Camarilla asset. So it's either the... I can't actually tell which one of these is Camarilla option. So we'll go with Casablanca. Why not? Still have 3 humanity somehow. That's going to drop. Yes. So your first stop will be Chapter 4. Camp Scheffler. Tucson, Arizona, night of November 6th. Sunrise is at 6:45 a.m. You drive the Nissan around your parking lot a few times, getting the feel for it as the lights come on all over Tucson. The truck handles like a bucket of KFC sliding across a hockey rink. What? What an analogy. Which is what you'd expect after paying less than $1,000 for a vehicle this new. The warped interior panels indicate that someone rebuilt this Frontier after a collision that should have totaled it. But the electronics work, and it's nice to have Bluetooth. The Bluetooth doesn't work, but it's just nice to know it's there. At least you're high enough off the road to see all the Chevy Silverados and Ford Raptors. Hey, Paper Lily. Hey, thank you again, Anonymous. A lot of them. Thank you. That's poetry right there. Oh, yeah. Nice to have a non-functioning Bluetooth. It's nice. Yeah, it's nice to know it's there. Not Silverados or Raptors. I'm on to you. Delish. You spot the Viper nightclub, accelerate hard, and scream to a halt outside. It's still early and the party won't start for hours, but Prince Leto is already awake.
They said you'll never be more than that.
Oh man, I was wondering what the hell that was. I got an ad. By the way, the obligatory background music is from Adrian Von Ziegler, who is very kind and lets anybody streaming or on YouTube use his music and still monetize it. But I finally got through his dark music playlist, so I'm just going to start it back over at the beginning. Oh yeah, I love his work too. Random men talking to us again, yeah. I know, I was like, again? But Prince Leto is already awake. Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe I should go fill up my water bottle. Doing his voice kind of dries my throat out. So you're gonna see my little tootsies waddle across the floor again, because it's... Wearing this is too hot to wear socks with, sorry. Look at those little piggly wigglies go. Not to be mistaken for the cultish lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars. Oh yeah, and the questionable Joker from Suicide Squad. Hey, thanks. The Tootsies! Piggly's wiggling in the pussy wagon truck. All right. I can probably do another like 15 minutes or so, maybe a little less. You see his eagle, Rigga, perched nearby. You double check your maps. A few minutes later, a mortal flunky in an Ed Hardy t-shirt runs up to your Nissan with a USB and a lanyard. The flunky, oh, maybe we're not going to meet Leto. My bad. Probably didn't have to do that. Oh well, sorry for the hype. The flunky also makes sure you have a typewritten sheet of directions and a false government ID. Only deliver to Ellen Olive Krona, he says. It's a 7-hour drive to the big nothing on the map between Texas and Chihuahua, assuming this information is accurate. That means you can get there in one night and back the next. You've checked where you can stay on the way if you refuse shelter. There's a few hotels nearby. We got a show of pigglies. Anon showed his dogs. He deserved. Safe. Yeah, we are safe. We are safe from the card voice. I'm sorry. There's a few hotels nearby, but you're going to be heading right out into the desert. You hope you don't have to spend a day wrapped up in a body bag. It's bad for the nerves. Julian calls you somewhere outside of Benson. Hey, thank you, Anonymous. You have given way too many this sub. A kill team is coming for Ellen Olive Krona, he says. Details are on the USB. You glance at the USB. It's just a regular-looking thumb drive, but it's encrypted. Prince Leto must have some kind of plan. Oh! Okay, let me finish that sentence before I get distracted. If he knew about an SI kill team and didn't tell you to hurry, well, what could it be? All right, now, We can finally check out our relationships tab. Damn. Alright. It is great with both of them. The Camarilla I never got above 2 stars. Ever. Ever. Somehow we already have 4, because I've been sucking up to Leto. Julian, I kept at 4 the entire game. I thought I could get it all the way up to 5. Plot twist. I am Anon. Yes, I'm paying myself. That's why it's so easy. Thank you again, Anonymous. Yeah, I thought I could get it up to 5 by really sucking up to him towards the end of the game, but it didn't work. At one point it dropped down to 2, but I just clicked the next option and it went right back up. What do you mean, being wrapped up in a body bag is therapeutic? Right, yeah, just waiting in the sun. If anybody unzips it, you die immediately. But let's check out the journal, because it's interesting to always see characters. That might be a spoiler. We'll scroll past her. Edward. It doesn't have a picture of Edward, but he's there. Julian Sim, a child of Akeem. Oh, Leto, damn! Prince Leto, a gangrel. Dove. Alexander. And Elena, not to be mistaken with the Ellen that we're meeting. Return to the game. Damn, Leto! Shit! Yes. You're probably wondering why you weren't told to hurry, Julian says. I can hear you sighing. That's good. It's good to keep breathing. That's a joke, by the way. Vampires don't need to breathe except to make sound. Anyway, as usual, the ivory tower's acting like a good thing will last forever. Maybe you've passed the rat's nest of a mobile home in Mescal? That's their work too. But this is worse. The program at Camp Scheffler could fuel half our people in Texas, but it's run by a greedy idiot. I'm offering you a deal. Let's take it over. You consider what to say. Obviously, Julian just blew your phone's cover so badly that you'll have to get rid of it. But now that you're talking, you need some information. But why aren't I in a hurry? Something about this doesn't add up, and I think it's putting me in danger. So, how many SI goons am I going to have to kill to get out of there? I'm interested, but you need to tell me more. I don't like going in blind. We're not taking it over. Remember, we are Leto's boy this time. I'm sorry. Maybe if I ever catch up with these games, I'll go back and start playing them over again in a path that we didn't do before. I know, I'm sorry, it's disappointing. I should have gone full Julian when I did. Yeah, taking it over, it belongs to the Camarilla right now. Leto is the Camarilla. So taking it over would be taking it away from Leto. But yeah, so maybe if I ever catch up and don't have any more of these games to play until they release the next one, I'll go back, play this one again, and go full Julian. Why not? I don't actually want to run a prison camp for Mexicans where we steal their blood, you know? Sounds like Ellen has a good thing. Why ruin it? Thank you again, Anonymous. Tell me what you know. I'm going to stop whatever is happening down at the border. And if Julian wants to give me information on how to do it, fine. Let's go with the first one. But why aren't I in a hurry? Because you're being followed, Julian says. They're waiting for Nissan Frontier with someone matching your description to reach the camp. Then they'll strike when Ellen panics. Because they know she'll panic. You turn Julian's words over in your mind. Did I say thank you again, Anonymous? Thank you again, Anonymous. One last thing, Beno Hakim says. Your phone is now compromised. Thanks, Julian. There's a storage place off exit 306, Julian says. Go to Unit 43. Passcode is 3847. Drop your phone there. Don't destroy the SIM. Then pick up a new one on the shelf. That's the only way you're finishing this job. He hangs up. You pull into the storage facility and do what you're told. The new phone is another disposable burner. Julian, you realize, isn't hiding from the Second Inquisition. He's using what they think they know to move them around the board, in a game you don't fully understand. Let us be horky. No. Not on Twitch, please. Security is tight around Camp Scheffler. You're followed once you turn off the main road, first by the Texas Highway Patrol. Then, this is interesting, what? I thought I got a side mission, like, before I reached the camp last time. Honky. Oh, interesting. That's, it thinks that's a racial slur. Is that? God, did I just say something bad? I'm sorry if I did. Mess with the honk, you get the bonk. I like that, that's fine. I'm so mad. Anyways, we don't have a lot of time left. Let me try to get through some more of this. You're followed once you turn off the main road, first by the Texas Highway Patrol, then by some kind of patriot militia group in a Chevy Tahoe, flying Gadsden and Blue Lives Matter flags. They only peel off when you reach the outer periphery of the camp. High fences topped with razor wire, guarded by men in face masks and goggles. The face masks look like respirators, and they're all painted in the same way, like a great cat's mandibles. Horny. White people wish it was, but it's not. Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. Thanks, Connie. I've never heard that before, so when it said it was a racial slur, I was like, oh, fuck. I didn't mean that, didn't know that. Please don't cancel me. I won't do it again. Though everyone seems to have respirators and at least one cat skull logo, weapons and other equipment are heterogeneous and irregular. I think that, yeah. From their mannerisms, you detect a mix of competent ex-military, police security personnel, and untrained fringe militia types. The gate guard looks at your government ID to you. The gate guard looks from your government ID to your very much non-government Nissan, shrugs, and waves you around the parking lot. Throughout history, certain kinds of prisons have severed... Let me start again. Throughout history, certain kinds of prisons have served as neutral meeting spaces and feeding grounds for the kindred. Insane asylums, concentration camps, and gulags have all drawn vampires with a promise of easy blood and relative security. Ellen Olive Krona, shadow director of Camp Scheffler and member of Clan Ventrue, has hidden this place from regular inspection and allowed it to fester and grow ripe. Is this Minneapolis, Circa 2020? You roll past open-air pens where prisoners sit wrapped in reflective plastic blankets, watching your Nissan with dull and hopeless eyes. Guards patrol with rifles or dogs. As you finish your circuit and park, you watch some kind of shift change among the prisoners. They're being put to work in low Quonset, I think that was how that was said, huts. The wind carries the stink of unwashed and unhealthy bodies. And this is autumn. The moment you step out of the truck, a tall, fuck me. Maybe this is a sign that I need to sleep. That's so awful. The joke or the description, it should be bad. The joke was pretty bad too. This does sound much worse. Bad in like a funny way. I will, please. Let me just get a little further. I love this game. The moment you step out of the truck, a tall, dark figure of indeterminate gender in a dark suit approaches you and says, "Give me the USB." My orders are explicit. I deliver the USB to all of Krona. Good evening! Can I have your name and your position in this organization? Who the fuck are you? Give me one more order, and I'm going to shove you through a window and feed you 2 pounds of broken glass. I love all of those options so much. Those are all so good. Each one of them. From the sarcastic, I will kill you, but not sarcastic, to the just very polite but firm. The last one, violence. We're not a very violent, we're a social creature for a vampire. Everybody really likes that last one. No. We couldn't, I don't think we're actually strong enough to follow through. They are tall, dark, and probably handsome. We just don't really have that much strength. I do like the "who the fuck are you?" We'll go with the more polite one. Good evening. Who are you? They sneer. I'm Nalay. I'm the person all of Krona sends when she needs a job done right. Not you. So give me the fucking USB and get out of here. Alright, well. Now would come the threat. And we can threaten them. We have a lot of options here, and they're all social. Good, love it. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Remember when you didn't listen to me and didn't beat up Julian? True. We'll get into it now, don't worry. What are our best? Our best stats are manipulate, any of the social ones. Okay, we actually, glad I looked, we don't have intimidation at all. At all. Just the ability to flirt and lie. Or, oh, we do have 2 hunger. I don't like using hunger that much, but we could. We could use our vampiric power to absolutely ruin this person's everything. My snake has gotten out of bed, and that means you should go to bed. I should go to bed. Hold on. Fighting is flirting. Manipulation plus persuasion. That could be good. This goon doesn't want a scene. I persuade them into backing down. Why don't you just take me to Olive Krona and we can deliver the USB together? I use my charm to convince them that we can deliver it together. We don't need to do that. So we can either terrify them with our power. Where does the line form for you to ruin everything? What does that mean? Huh? Both are different kinds. Oh, actually, unless we want to use the power of the blood, reading through these, we really only have one option. I don't think we'll use the blood here. It's kind of early. We'll probably need it. The blood power is a strong power, but you got to use it sparingly. So, we're just going to assume that this goon doesn't want a scene. Why don't you just take me to Olive Krona and we can deliver the USB together? They mull that possibility over. Then say, fine, let's go. They lead you to a bright red quonset hut, guarded by a man and a woman who are also dressed in dark suits. The woman is small and tough-looking. The man is big and round, like a bouncer, and even more tough-looking. And I'm just confused. Oh, I'm sorry. It happens a lot. Over text, it's a lot harder. I'm sorry, Nalay, the woman tells your escort, but Olive Krona can't be disturbed. This is a courier from Tucson, Nalay says. The woman shifts uncomfortably. I know, but... Is that you, Nalay? That must be all of Krona. She's inside. Is Ransom there? It doesn't matter, it'll have to wait. Just give him a place to stay for the night. Tomorrow I'm busy. The four of you share what the fuck looks. It's obvious no one knows what's going on. Then Nalay says, I'll find a place for you to stay, Ransom. Don't wander far. You've done your job, so you wander right back to your truck. Someone stuck a boot on it. Great. It looks like you are staying. And with that, I think I should go to bed because I just keep reading worse and worse and stumbling over my words more and more. So yeah, I'm gonna hop off. What's with the boot? Do you know that word? That's a car boot. It's a big clamp they put on your tire so you can't drive away. I'd pull up a picture, but I already closed that window. You can look it up. But yeah, it's just like a big clamp that goes on your tire that I assume you need a key for. Car clampy things. Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's usually just locked onto a single tire, so technically you could change the tire and put on your spare or something. No, it's not an actual boot. Yeah. You could like put on a spare, throw the whole thing in your trunk and drive off, but yeah, usually you need like a key or something to unlock it. They'll put it there if you parked somewhere where you shouldn't and you can't leave now unless you pay a fine for them to unlock it. That kind of thing. That's what a car boot is. But need a lot of money and then you get that key. Yeah, it's usually expensive. Put my go-go boot on his car. What? Anyways, can we have a comfort good night? You mean like me saying good night? Yeah, it's very late though. I need to sleep. I will go to bed. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back next Thursday. Anyways, it's late. I'll go to bed. Good night. Goodbye.